Stick War was created by Jason Whittam and Brock White of StickPage.com and MaxGames.com in 2009, and it quickly became one of the most popular web-based games of all time. Since then, it has had many hundreds of millions of plays across thousands of web portals. In 2012, a sequel was launched called Stick War 2, and a multiplayer version called Stick Empires, which are all still playable today with large fan bases. In 2015, we launched Stick War Legacy, a remake of Stick War for mobile. Max Games continues to add many updates and expand the universe while exceeding 100 million downloads for Stick War Legacy alone on various platforms, including Google Play, Apple Store, and Amazon. And now, here's the copy of Stick War Legacy. Stick War Stickman Battle Legacy 2020 is a ripoff of Stick War Legacy that attempts to copy the likeness of Stick War to create confusion and capitalize on our users thinking it's a new version of the game. The rest of this video will be dedicated to showcasing some of these instances, but do keep in mind there are too many to count. First off, we have two identical loading screens. Not much else to say here. Next, we get to the shop, which has practically the same spells in both versions of the game. In the clone, the only way to get these rare items is to either pay with real-life money or watch a lot of ads. Next, we have the Armory, where you can upgrade your units. The clone practically has the same upgrades as the original, with the only notable difference being that you have to pay with coins instead of upgrade points. From there, we move on to the counter-attack levels. The only real difference between the two is that the clone decides to send out 3 small waves of sword guys instead of one big one like the original. Nevertheless, it's pretty much the same concept. After playing the fake version of the game in its entirety, I didn't encounter even one unit that even attempted to resemble a unique concept. You can especially tell that this is the case when you compare the animations of the identical units side by side. They occasionally change the hat or weapon of some units, but there's no denying that it's still Stick War at the end of the day. Finally, we move on to one of the worst offenders, both games' versions of Griffin the Great. The clone copies every aspect of Griffin, including the attacks, but changes the aesthetic slightly. On top of that, the exact same reinforcements message is copy and pasted into the clone as well. To sum it up, Stick War Stickman Battle Legacy 2020 is at best a clone and at worst a ripoff of Stick War Legacy. It contains the same cast, upgrades, abilities, and even branding.